time to talk about my army today. This is a little bit less than 500 points. This is 494. I have more models coming for the captain's crew. They're coming from Hassle-Free Miniatures, which is like my favorite miniature company. And I ordered them in December, and here it is late March. British shipping, apparently it's a problem nowadays. Anyway, to round this list out, we have a patrol of Space Marines. We have Lieutenant Favorite with a Storm Bolter and his power sword. We have Sergeant Kevorkian with his combi plaz. We have attack Marines with bolters, and this gentleman has a flamer. That's 7 Space Marines all day. And then here is the captain's crew. These are my pride and joy. I love playing with these models, but it gets harder and harder all the time. So first, the easy part. This is in Locarno from Blackstone Fortress. They still have their Blackstone Fortress rules on Battlescribe, so that's what we use for them. I can't find her rules on Battlescribe anymore, but she fits the Adeptus Sororitas Preacher rules, like they seemed written for her, so we'll use those for her. He is a Jacario weaponsmith, and we'll use his rules when it's time for him to upgrade a weapon. Since nobody else in the attachment shares his Ordo, he will only upgrade his own weapon. This is the Exile, and I'm sorry he's not based. I'm really embarrassed that his base isn't done. Like, how did that happen? But he will use the Vindicare Assassin rules. My fluff for that is he's clearly got a bunch of Tau technology under his coat. Now, the weird stuff. Machno the Star Fox, I use the Urgol rules from the Drakari for him because he's a fast little beastie with claws and teeth, and they're fast little beasties with claws and teeth. And I needed him in the Force. He's not a Games Workshop model, and so I just had to find appropriate rules. Urgol works best. But now we get to these two. She came with Lucidian Starstriders, and those rules have since been changed. She's now a 10-point upgrade to that rogue trader, and she gives people in her unit a 5-up feel no pain. I'm not using those rules. I'm going to use the rules she came with originally, where she's a 20-point model, and she, on a 4-up, can put 1 wound back on a character. The new rules are, better, but I'm not doing that. It doesn't fit what I'm doing here. And, of course, I would never be able to field this force with a stranger, but I am fortunate enough to play with a good friend who plays for fun and doesn't mind this sort of thing. Finally, we get to my Rogue Trader. Now, just recently, they invalidated the Rogue Trader rules. By the way, this is Captain Wellenberg. He's got his 2 pistols and his awesome sword. And they took away his rules recently. So now if you want to field a Rogue Trader, you have to field the Lucidia Bane Rogue Trader, the girl with the veil on her face. You get her rules or you get none. And I'm like, why? Because we had the White Dwarf rules that really fleshed out your Rogue Trader, and you had options there, and they just decided that those rules aren't valid anymore. For what I can tell, is no reason at all. Well, with the exception of like New Games Workshop, where they're only going to have rules for things they're currently selling and blah blah blah, and that's a business choice. But I'm here to play with my Spaceman toys and have fun, and I don't care about their business choice. I want my army to be fun, so I'm going to keep using the White Dwarf rules for him. So he's got the Twin Negotiator pistols. He's got the sword, which counts as a bladed limb because those rules are based on the Blackstone Fortress chick that had the sword leg. And then he gets a Warlord trait. He's the duelist. He gets to reroll melee attacks, and 6s do mortal wounds in melee. And his pistols are hot. I can't remember what they do. They fire a lot of shots, but he's like my hero. He's the guy I want to play this all the time. This is Captain Wellenberg, and he's awesome. And I really like those White Dwarf rules, and so those are the rules that we're going to use. This is my less than 500 points today. This is painted as a real High Fleet.
Yeah, they're Behemoth.
Behemoth? Are you rolling them as Behemoth?
Sure, let's roll them as Behemoth. Let's see what Behemoth does.
You haven't strategized this yet?
Not at all.
You're just like, I'm going to show up and numb?
Yeah.
Guess who hid the ice cream sandwiches in the coffee?
Those are for the children.
Shut your fucking pie bowl.
This one isn't. Well, if there's for the children, this one is for the children. This one's for me.
How many points is he?
Man, my Trigon is 195 points.
He's beautiful.
Oh, he looks great.
The yellow eye is really good.
Yeah, I want to give him a. He's not quite done. I want to give him a the thing, or not the thing. Alien. We were just talking about Alien. I want to give him the little alien tongue that pops out of the alien's mouth, you know? So I got to make that a green stuff still. But
If I had my own ends, I would have a hard time not painting them oily black.
yeah.
And both of these units are psychers?
He doesn't psych. No. He pops up out of the ground. Looks super scary. Does a whole bunch of. He can do a bioelectric pulse, which is like assault 8, strike 5. It's his only ranged attack.
Who here has special deployment shenanigans?
All of them.
Because it's a super narrative game.
Well, like, if you let me put all 487 points of these guys off the table, I will, because they can.
Do you see what I'm rolling?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you can do whatever you fuck you want to.
So this is technically unbound, right? Because it's HQ and Elite's choice, because Gene Stealers are no longer troops, which is dumb. But
That is dumb. That's super dumb.
It's super dumb. I was like, what are we doing anymore?
So what are your adaptations?
I took hyper aggression. So if I have made a charge move, was charged, or performed a heroic intervention, this turn, then until that fight is resolved, add 1 to the strength characteristic of models in that unit.
So what's his starting strength? Like 6?
His is like 6. He's strength 7, so he'll be strength 8.
That's gnarly. And these guys are strength like 4, right? So they'll be strength 5.
So they're gonna come cut you up. And then I also took unfeeling resilience, where models that would degrade are double the number of wounds for determining what they're degrading.
Which is him.
Which is him.
But not him.
No.
Now, he is a monster, not an infantry.
Let's take a look.
I'm dying to know, because if he's infantry, I'm going to hit him with my sniper rifle and just kill him outright. Yeah, you've done a good job on these, by the way. They're super yucky.
They should be super yucky. So he is strength 5, toughness 5. What are we looking at? What did you want to know about?
I want to know if he is infantry or a monster.
He is character infantry.
He's doomed.
Psyker.
So here we are on planet Lawrence. And this is a refinery where they make MacGuffin oil. MacGuffin oil is very important to the war effort. Everybody needs MacGuffin oil. But this plant has gone offline. No one knows what's happened here. And so the powers that be have sent call out. And who is there to answer it? Captain Wellenberg and his crew. They have been told, or asked politely, to come investigate and find out.
Nobody tells Captain Wellenberg what to do.
No, he has a warrant of trade. So they're going to come investigate. Now, what Captain Wellenberg doesn't know is that everybody here is dead.
Oh,
They've been dead for a while.
what happened?
But Wellenberg has to bring his crew. They need to investigate this site. So I have laid down 6 objectives. Every time somebody in Wellenberg's crew comes in contact with an objective, we remove it. You need to remove every objective from the table before Wellenberg and his people are allowed to leave. Here's how the game is scored. Every wound in my army is worth a point. If I get it off the table, it's a point for me. If it dies on the table, it's a point for you. I cannot leave the table until I've touched each objective. And I'm walking on from a random table edge. You can deploy where you want to. However, this game could not be more narrative. I've already explained my army to the camera, and it's clearly a Scooby-Doo game. So you can deploy wherever you want to, or you can deploy in hiding.
I'm going to deploy in hiding, of course.
Okay, I want a 4-sided dice. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, we're coming in the mountains. Oh. Anyway, I have to deploy my force. Captain Wallenberg, of course, asked some Space Marines to come with him because he's no dummy.
Right.
All right, say that again. He is, of course, in reserve. He's going to come up from underneath the ground.
He's burrowing underneath the table right now. And these guys will start on the table. And I only get 1 infestation.
All right, so everything there is starting on the table?
Yep.
Deploy?
All right.
Oh, The forces of the Imperium have arrived from this table edge, and they are going to move forward. They've already touched this objective, so we're going to pull that objective off the table in a second. But out here in the refinery, we have a pack of Gene Stealers. And then this very smart Brood Lord knew that this sniper up on the roof here was going to take him out, so he decides that he'll be here for later turns. We have no turn limit, we're narrative players, so he might as well just wait here and jump out later. The talk of the day is that the Trigon is going to carry the Tyranid army, and I'm not surprised by that. Now, do you care who goes first? Do you want me to go first? Do you want to go first? Should we roll to go first?
I want you to go first.
You want me to go first?
I was going to pick, you know.
Yeah, because you're laying in wait and I'm coming to you. So, the Imperium's going to walk forward. They're going to shoot what they can, and then it'll be Tyranid turn 1. My turn 1 movement phase is at an end. Everybody advanced. I didn't bother getting advanced tokens out because everybody advanced except for the Exile with his awesome sniper rifle. It's the second phase, and Carno has 1 power, it's smite, and his smite is only a 12-inch smite, so he is worthless at the moment. Everybody else is out of range. Well, let's measure some stuff. Oh wait, we all advanced anyway, so it wouldn't matter. Except for this one shot here. Now, I would love to peel this Brood Lord who was smart enough to hide behind the container. But he was smart enough to hide behind the container, so we're going to put 1 shot at a Gene Stealer.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to hit it on a 2. There it is. We're going to wound that Gene Stealer on a 2. And, no, this is not my other Vindicare Assassin. This is the Exile. His gun ignores your vulnerable save and is AP 3.
It ignores my invulnerable save?
And is AP 3.
Well, it just kills it.
All right, we've lost a Gene Stealer, but that is the end of my turn 1. Now, our game is highly narrative. This monster could show up right now if he wants to. But it is now Tyranid. What was your are you Kraken?
I'm Behemoth.
Behemoth. Behemoth, turn 1. The Tyranids have moved. These Gene Stealers made a big advance, and it's a gamble. Onslaught goes off on a 6, and since our game's so Scooby-Doo, we're not bothering with the command points today. Whose list is legal, right?
Yeah.
And so you got 1 chance to make that 6. But here's what happened. The Gene Stealers advanced forward. The Brood Lord has made himself vulnerable to the Assassin, but he has come out with the ability to cast Onslaught. And then the Trigon, who's just fucking dope. I can't express to you how happy I am there are Tyranids on the table.
There have not been Tyranids in our world before.
He's so cool. Anyway, the Psychic Phase has to happen, and the game it kind of hinges here. If you get this off, you can go crash into those Space Marines. You probably kill more than half of them, right?
It's going to be brutal.
If it doesn't go off, my Space Marines are going to light you up.
Oh, I'm going to get shot to death.
And all the Scooby-Doo squad back here, and you're going to get smited, and it's going to hurt. You need to get in. You need to roll a 6 right now for Onslaught.
I need a psychic power to go off on a 6.
I see a 4 and a 3. Onslaught has gone off. The Gene Stealers will be allowed to charge.
Yes.
Now, this man has a shooting attack.
He does.
Pardon me. Not man. This
He's
not man.
Not a man.
This beastie
This
with
very much
teeth and claws.
Not man is going to shoot with his bioelectric pulse.
Uh-oh.
Which is 12 inches.
Uh-oh.
Assault 8. Strength 5. AP nothing. Damage 1.
Wow. AP nothing, though.
AP nothing. But it'll hit you on 3s.
Looks like you hit a bunch.
And
6 of them.
Wound you on 3s because I'm shooting at the Space Marines there.
Of course.
And so there's 3 wounds at your regular save.
My regular save is 3s. And I take a wound.
Yeah, take that.
Which is not so bad. That's the Psychic Phase. That's all the shooting. In our 500-point game, you're going to charge.
I am going to charge.
If I had a command point, I would Overwatch the shit out of you.
No, I don't Overwatch my Gene Stealers.
Gene Stealers in the Marines, they get a 6.
Oh, 6 isn't great. I don't think it does it up the hill.
Oh, no.
It doesn't. There's no way.
Oh, no.
Okay, so 6, like, let's see, minus 1, 2, 3, yeah. They get to go 3 inches.
All right, this guy, is he even manageable?
I don't think so. Boxcars. but he'd have to go up the hill, so no.
So what has happened here is these are mindless creatures who smelt the new meat that has walked on the field, and they've said, num, 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 and they've rushed forward and made themselves vulnerable to attack. It is now the Imperium's turn to put every gun in this army into a bunch of bugs, and I feel bad about it. I do.
No, it's going to be fun. This is your job.
This is my job.
This is your job. Eliminate filthy Xenos.
So here's what's happened. Everybody here has confidently moved forward, except for him. He has stayed put. But everybody walked forward with a great deal of confidence and no respect.
Yeah.
Not even for this giant Gribbly.
No, they're here to exterminate Xenos.
And there was
good Imperial servants should.
There was no advancing. This was a very soft walk forward. And I think maybe even the Space Marines are giggling a little bit. They probably shouldn't. We have a psychic phase. Epson Locarno is going to smite Gene Stealers. It goes off on a 7 for 3 mortal wounds.
Not much I can do about that.
Take that. Locarno. Locarno produces consistently. Pious Vorn with her heavy flamer into the Gene Stealers. She will hit them 6 times.
Wow. Roll a 6 again.
She'll wound them 5 times, and I believe that's -1. Give me a second to look at that. Shooting it is -1. You have 5 saves to make it -1.
Got a 5 up invulnerable save.
Here we go. Save some of these. Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Oh man, you must be doing good in your community. God likes you. I got a las pistol here. Locarno has a las pistol at the Gene Stealers. He hits on a 5. He misses. Moved. He's got an assault cannon, but he moved, so he's going to hit on 4s into the Gene. Is it into the Gene Stealers? Wiping those Gene Stealers is a problem solved. Yeah, into the Gene Stealers. I want 4s. And then I want 3s. And those are 2 saves at -1.
I want 5s. Oh, but I failed both.
Oh, no. The captain is no longer in range. So the doctor's no longer in range. I got the Space Monkey, the Marines, and the Assassin. Space Monkey. First, he will augment his weapon. He will reroll the wound. He will fire the heavy shot. He did not move. He is going to shoot it at the big beastie.
The Space Monkey didn't move?
Lars the Space Monkey did not move. He is shooting his heavy weapon at the big beastie. He can reroll the wound with his augmentation, and he is going to hit the big beastie on a 4. But he fails. He fails. Lieutenant Favorite has a Storm Bolter. He moves, so he gets 2 shots into the Gene Stealers. He's hit just once. Is that 2 hit, Lieutenant? You're a Lieutenant and a Space Marine. Lieutenant does hit on that too. And then, I'm a Star Hunter too. Can't forget that. We're going to wound Tyranids on 4s. And he fails to wound. I have the Assassin and the Marines left. I'm going to put the Flamer into the Nids. Or pardon me, the Gene Stealers. I'm going to put all the Bolters into the Gene Stealers. I'm going to put the Combi Plas into the big beastie. So, the Flamer hit 6 times. I'm so lucky today. So here we go. Here are the dice. We've already hit 6 times with the Flamer. The white dice are the Bolters into the Gene Stealers. I need 3s. The red dice we are overcooking into the big monster. Sergeant Kevorkian cooks the plasma, and he rolls a 1, but he's a master artisan. So we're good. These are misses. We're going to wound the Gene Stealers on 4s. We're going to move the big monster on a 3. So, the Gene Stealers have 2 saves to make at their regular save. And the big beastie has 2 saves to make at -3 for 2 damage each.
That all sucks. I don't like any of that. The Gene Stealers at their regular save is going to be a 5. And I got 1 Gene Stealer left. And the big beastie at -3.
Yes. I'd be surprised if he didn't have an invulnerable save.
That's what I'm looking for right now.
He's at 190 points, he goddamn better.
Doesn't look like he does.
Not even in like your overall like NID rules, like synapse or any of that shit.
I'm sure I'm probably missing, like, how to give him a vulnerable save.
All right, well, you can save these. You can roll 2 6s right here. There's one of them. You take 2 wounds. Okay. So you got 1 Gene Stealer left here. And
12 wounds left here.
But you have a node somewhere where if this guy can get to it, he can go spawn his brothers. Like, dude can come stand over here and get 3 brothers back, right?
Yeah.
And then that is the end of my turn. I could charge. Charging him and finishing him is strategically smart. I don't know if I'm in charge range, though. See, in 40K, hills are terrain, but these are not hills. They are cliffs. And it's minus an inch every time you go up or down a step. And that is keeping us out of good charge range. That's my turn. Oh, wait, no, it's not. I forgot about him. It's a big moment.
God, too late. You already said it was your turn.
You know what's destiny is? It's right on his head.
There it is.
It's got to be a headshot. So.
Hold on. I want to see it. Just because.
Do it.
This is how they used to tell you.
The bird's eye view?
No, they used to say that you could get down and... Oh, yeah, you got him.
So, this is not my Vindicator Assassin. This is the Exile. And he hits on it too. Oh my God!
Oh.
It's not the models, it's me!
What happened?
What happened? What happened is your Brood Lord lives.
Yes.
This Gribbly is in Synapse range. This guy has Synapse.
Yep.
So, he doesn't need a morale check. And it's your turn. He can run backwards and spawn
He's
brothers.
gonna.
This guy can run forward.
So
and
it happens in my command phase, so I'll have to wait till next turn. But
oh, no shit. That sucks.
Mm-hmm. Still, though, like, he's getting out of dodge, and...
Gonna hide behind that building.
Yeah, he's gonna tuck, like right behind this bush, be within 3 inches.
And you're gonna leave it up to your monsters. You know, they're not planning creatures. They're here for the gnomes.
Yeah.
And they're not scared of puny yumis.
We're not.
But after your movement phase, this smart man went and stood by his node.
Not a man.
He's like, I'm getting out. And he ran over here, and he's standing by the node. He didn't have to take morale because he's in Synapse. Mm-hmm. The Trigon has just casually walked forward, and it's hungry. That looks so fucking cool. Oh. God, that's cool.
Monsters.
This guy advanced.
I can't believe you felt sorry for them. You were like, oh, I feel bad that I have to shoot them dead. They are evil bugs, brainless.
Well, all of a sudden, I'm feeling like I'm in trouble.
The Imperium.
Him failing his shot and me having all this to deal with now was bad. I don't know what it is with me and Vindicator Assassins, but anyway, this is it. This is forward. He needs to cast Onslaught, or he will not be able to charge at all. Or you could just smite.
I could just smite.
You make that 12-inch charge or just smite.
So we are going to cast Onslaught on myself.
So you can hopefully get that boxcar.
Yes.
All right, get a 6. That's a 6.
That's 7. Yeah.
That's a 7. I can deny you with an 8.
Well, you are... Because this is a psychic test, right? -1 because of my Shadow in the Warp.
Shadow in the Warp makes my Deny the Witch -1. I am in range to deny. Epson Locarno, though, is the superior psycho. And he gets his 8.
But it's -1.
Oh, it is -1. It's a 7. It goes off. You win.
Yes.
So this man needs boxcars. This man is waiting for turn to heal. This guy now has a shooting attack.
He does have a shooting attack. His shooting attack is going to hit you on 3s. Assault 8.
Oh, no. Here it comes, here it comes, here it comes. Gonna hit on 3s, some big scary bug.
Shot Space Marines. All the hits. 7 hits.
Toughness 4.
I have a strength 5. Your regular armor save.
That wasn't fantastic.
No, it wasn't great.
That's right. His job is not to shoot.
No, shoot.
Also, you kill the Space Marine, which is you.
This is just the electrical pulse that's shooting off of him.
Well, you kill the Space Marine and passed a wound onto another one.
Yeah.
And now it is time to charge.
And now it is time to charge.
Who's charging first? No command points in our game. I cannot overwatch you.
It's going to be the Trigon. He's going to charge the attack Marines.
Of course he is.
And he's in on 10.
Hard to fail. Do you want me to just put him up a step?
Just put him up a step. Like,
oh, God, he's big and mean, and I love him.
Oh, he's cool.
I really do love him.
He's going to eat some of those Space Marines. And then the Broodlord is going to charge Pious Vorn.
He needs something good.
He needs, and we'll measure it if it's even close. He doesn't
8
need
is
an 8.
not going to do it.
An 8 is not going to do it. 8 inches gets him to the step.
That's right. All of a sudden, the forces of the Imperium have a lot of trouble.
No way.
Tell me what you learned.
All right, so I'm going to get 12 attacks at strength 9 -3 for 2 damage each.
That's absurd.
Isn't that absurd?
That is absurd. I feel almost like I should just pull the Marines off the
Okay,
table.
so like regular, normally, right? It's 12 attacks at strength user, which is 7 at -3 for 2. But because I made a charge, my behemoth
makes it strength 8.
makes it strength 8.
So you wound on
And then
twos.
I took adrenal glands, so it's strength 9, and I add 1 to my movement on this guy. So like he's just a like I'm gonna go after your land raider.
So you're about to throw 12 dice that hit on 3s and wound on 2s. What was the AP?
That hit on 3s and wound on 2s at -3 for 2 damage each.
I'll save on 6s, and each one that gets through kills a Marine. I could honestly just pull the Marines off the table right now.
Pull the Marines.
That's amazing.
They are Space Marines.
That's amazing. What am I going to do about this thing? Oh my god.
Oh, he's terrifying now, isn't he? He's gonna pop up out of the ground and kill your land raider.
Okay, so I see 2 misses and 4 misses and 8 hits.
Yep. And then now I want to wound you on 2s.
2s.
Because you're Space Marine infantry. And there's a couple one. There's one.
All right,
So
so
these are -3, and you just pull a guy.
6s.
Oh my gosh, that's so brutal.
Space Marines. Where's my armor of content? 6s. That's the squad.
Wow.
Just like that, the Trigon walks forward and tears open 5 Space Marines just like that. And their lieutenant goes, oh my fuck, what the fuck just happened?
Holy
And then all the people who aren't wearing power armor are like, oh, maybe we should leave. But we can't leave because we have to find the survivors who are clearly dead already, but we're still looking for survivors.
They don't know that yet.
I have a turn in hand and I am terrified. That was awful.
Are you afraid of the Tyranids?
Yeah, that was really
You
bad.
were laughing and smirking at the Gene Stealers, but then...
So in this turn, he needs to kill that. Everything else, I got 12 wounds here. And I got my captain's crew and the Space Marine lieutenant. My captain's crew, these are my favorite models.
You
I
can
love
smite
them.
them. You can run in there with Pious Vorn, burn them. Come on.
The captain and and Lieutenant Favor are going to have to go in close combat. That's going to suck. All right, it's my turn now. I got stuff to do. When I saw this in my mind, I wanted it to play out like a horror movie. And I had no idea how scary it would end up being. When you came forward with the Gene Stealers and failed your charge, I was like, oh, well, I got this. And all of a sudden, I got shit. I'm in charge of Jack and shit, and Jack just left town. So what's got to happen here is I got to kill this thing. He's got 12 runes to get through. He's got a 3-up save. I got nothing's going to wound him better than 5. And then he's got to murder this guy. It's got to happen. And then this dude here, who I would have loved to have just gone after somehow, I got to ignore him. I got bigger problems. Lars the Space Monkey might save me. But this is what's happened. Everybody's come over here. Everybody's made a regular move. Everybody's together. And we're going to fight a giant monster. The Exile stayed put so he can still hit on it too. Locarno has walked forward. He is in deny range of the Broodlord. But he is going to smite the Trigon. Smite! And it goes off on a 7. Can you deny a 7?
Can I deny a 7? I cannot.
All right, Trigon. I need 3 big mortal wounds right now. Mortal wounds, just 1. Down to 11. Now we must shoot. Lieutenant Favorite, you've killed all of my men and I hate you. 2s, he hits every time. Lieutenant Favorite's going to wound on 5s. 1 wound.
Minus...
Regular save.
Regular save is going to be a 3.
All right. You are 025. Has an assault cannon, but he moves, so he hits on 4s. He's hit twice. He's going to wound you on 5s. 1 wound at -1.
It's going to be a 4.
There. Locarno has a las pistol. He hits on a 5.
Getting desperate.
The Rejuvenate Adept has a las pistol. She hits on a 4. She misses. Vorn, 6 hits.
There it is.
She produces, but she wounds on a 5. Just 1 wound at -1.
It's gonna be a 4.
So we're down to 10. Does this guy bracket?
Yes, but I have that's my second picked
Gotcha.
fleet trait is that he'll double his wounds when.
All right, I gotta look up the captain. The captain needs to get hot here. 3s. We need 5s. There's 2 wounds at AP2 for 1 damage each.
2 wounds at AP2 for 1 damage each.
Yes.
Is AP2?
Yes.
Yeah, 5.
You make 1, fail 1. You are down to 9 wounds.
Ugh.
That could have gone better.
Could have gone worse though.
Now, the exile shooting at the Broodlord. He hits on a 2. He wounds on a 2. He fails to wound. He fails to wound. I don't understand Vindicare Assassins. I don't.
It's because they're too cheesy.
They are too cheesy.
They're too cheesy.
But so far, he killed a Gene Stealer for me that got put back immediately. And he's having very little effect. I wish I would have charged him forward to get him in the melee for all these good he's doing back here. Lars the Space Monkey will augment his weapon. He will reroll the hit. The focused strike, heavy 1, strength 8, AP3, 3 damage. He can reroll the hit.
See, that's
your
how you
toughness 8 because you're behemoth. Or is that
toughness 7? I'm strength 9 because I'm behemoth, and if I make a charge,
I'll wound you on 3s then because I was strength 8. Oh. But first I got to hit you on a 4. Lars the Space Monkey hits on a 4, but he can re-roll the hit, and it's a good thing. Now Lars the Space Monkey wounds on a 3. There's the wound on the big scary monster at AP3 for 3 wounds.
AP3, I need a 6. Don't get a 6.
Take down to 6 wounds.
Down to
that
6
helps.
wounds on the big scary monster.
Yep. However, this is the point where I got to charge.
Bring it.
I don't want to. The people who fight have surrounded this monster. And we got 6 wounds to chew through.
I'm -1 to hit in close combat.
Oh no!
Yeah.
These are his 6 wounds we have to chew through. He's -1 to hit in close combat. Bummer.
At the start of the fight phase, if this model is within engagement range of any enemy unit, it can fight first that phase. So you pick, and then I pick.
Oh no!
Yeah. And then you'll get to pick. But
Oh no. Oh no.
and then let's see, what else can I do?
It's got to be Pious Vorn.
Pious Vorn.
It has to be.
Really? Before the lieutenant?
Yes.
What?
She got the better stick. So first thing, something I missed, but it's a learning game. Can Pious Vorn sing a war hymn?
Yeah, she can.
She can.
You're fucking right, she can.
She's going to have 1 more attack.
Yeah, she is. Because she's badass.
She's also a zealot. She can reroll the hit roll.
Yep.
So, Vorn
-1 to hit.
is my only hope here. She's got 4 attacks because she's singing a hymn. Her hymn sounds like, I'm going to fuck you up. And she is going to hit you on 4 5s because you are -1 to hit.
Well, you're going to reroll the hit.
But I'm going to reroll the hit. So here goes Vorn. Come on, Vorn. For the Emperor. She's hit twice. Reroll the hit because she's a zealot. She is hit just twice, though. She is going to wound you at strength 5. She wounds on 5s. Nothing. Now, this monster has the fight first rule.
I'm going to interrupt.
Who are you going to interrupt on? You're going to spread it around, aren't you?
No. No, I'm going to kill the lieutenant. So dead. The deadest he's ever been.
Oh, it's so bad.
Come here, lieutenant favorite.
Lieutenant gets hit a bunch.
Gets hit a bunch. And then with my pincer tail, I will reroll a wound roll. Like this one right here. These aren't wounds. But those are all wounds at -3 for 2 damage each.
Lieutenant needs 6s. So what has happened here is
He doesn't
this
have
thing.
reroll?
No. turned his head, looked at the lieutenant, and stuck Ollie's bone claws inside him, ripped his power open up like a can of food, and sucked the juicy goodness out. The lieutenant has died for the Emperor.
And it made his whole hive fleet a little bit stronger.
And it made a squishy sucking sound, like a Slurpee. All right, so I still got 6 wounds to chew through here.
Bring it.
It's bad news. It's bad news everywhere. Machina the Star Fox is charged.
No, I want Captain Wellenberg to do it.
He's going to hit on force because of -1 to hit. So he's hit. He would have hit every time, but instead he only hit 3 times. He's going to wound you on 5s. 2 wounds at -1.
It's going to be 4s.
Yeah. The dog puts his teeth on your tail and starts shaking his head. Arr, arr, arr.
Urgles are good, right?
It's a good fit for the dog.
Yeah, I like that rule.
All right, was already -1 because he has a power claw. So he's going to hit on 4s. But he only gets 2 attacks. He hits on 4s, he'll wound on 3s.
Because he's got a power claw.
Because he's got a power claw at -3 for D3 damage. The Man of Iron. The Man of Iron is here, and he's not scared of you, monster. 4s. He's hit once.
Oh, man, I'm kind of scared of the Man of Iron.
3s. He's wounded you.
Oh, no.
-3 for D3 damage.
Oh, jeez, that's going to be a 6. That don't get.
-3, all right, D3 damage. I need that 3 right now. There's a 3.
Ah.
You are down to just 1. Does he regenerate anything?
No.
The
Can
captain.
Wellenberg do it himself?
The captain has 3 attacks with his sword, and then he has his court blade, which will give him 2 more attacks. The captain hits on 3s, but 4s because you're scary. But the captain is hit 4 times.
Good for. Oh, I hope he does it.
The court blade.
Oh, do it. Earn your name, Captain.
So, the black dice wound on 6s. The white dice wound on 5s. The black dice are AP1. The white dice are AP2. Nothing.
Nothing?
Nothing.
Oh, I thought he was going to do it.
So, this is over. The combat is over. The Trigon has 1 wound left. It is your turn, and the Broodlord is danger to close, unscathed, because this guy here, who I talk up a lot because I love him. I love him. Look at how awesome he is. He's missed twice.
2 times.
2 times now. And it is now your turn to get in this fight with this big monster and bring some of his brothers back.
Yeah, that's in my command phase. So, D3 guys come back. 2 guys.
That's no good for me. What's breaking my heart is you would agree with me that your Broodlord should be dead now. You agree with that?
You had 2 shots.
2 shots.
2 shots at him.
And the Broodlord is not only not dead, he is in my house.
He's so big and scary.
Creeping up behind by his door, and she don't even know he's there. That's awful. And then although this thing only has 1 wound left, it's still here. All of my units are tied in with it. And although I felt confident in the early game, my confidence has waned. You have a psychic phase. Oh, wait, and let's also not forget the return of 2 Brood Brothers out of the Hive node.
Yeah, I'm going to cast Smite. We're going to cast Smite.
Smite on the closest model is Born. Goes off on a 9. I deny you. I do not. How many wounds do you do to Piesporn?
3.
3. I think you've killed her. Vorn has been smitten. Mind bullets in the back of her head. She's got 1 wound left. Now, shooting phase. He can't shoot because he's tied up.
Nope.
Charge phase. Broodlord. Who's he charging?
Broodlord is going to charge 1, 2, 3, 4.
Everybody, can you get your base on all of them? I think if you grab Vorn, I think you're out. Or if you grab the Doctor, you're out.
And then we'll grab
your base is long, but it's not that
just
long.
Captain Wellenberg and the Doctor.
I'll tell you what, if you roll it, if you could get that base in on everybody, I'll let you have it. Go ahead and call 4, and if you got to choose 3, then you'll choose 3.
Let's see.
Well, you're in. Can you get everybody? He doesn't get Vorn, but he gets everybody else. And don't kill my Doctor. Look how pretty she is. Like, she doesn't really do anything, but she makes everybody look good. Look at her white. She's wearing white.
We're going to kill the Doctor.
So he fights first because he charged.
Yeah. My, also fights first.
because he's in the fight's first step.
Mm-hmm.
That's garbage. I hate that.
You don't like that?
Is that a Behemoth thing or is that a Trigon thing?
It's a Trigon thing.
He's really good. For 190 points, he should be.
The Maw Claws of Thyrax give me +1 attack. Each time I make a melee attack, I can reroll the wound. Each time the barrier destroys an enemy unit as a result of a melee attack, add 1 to the barrier's attack characteristics to a max of +3.
There you go.
So I've got 6 attacks that are going to hit you on 2s at strength.
Everything's toughness 3.
5. So
Hitting on 2s, wounding on 3s. Probably a really good AP.
this is all on the doctor.
Everything on the doctor? On the doctor?
I'm sorry, 3 on the doctor and 3 on the dog.
Oh, that's even worse.
There's the doctor.
Doctor's hit twice.
Here's the dog. The dog, strength 5, toughness 3.
Ha! That's for your bad karma.
And then the doctor is wounded only once at -3 for 2 damage.
All right, I gotta look up the doctor. All right, the Broodlord got to reroll his wounds. The dog is wounded once. The doctor is wounded twice. The doctor has a 5-up armor save. What's his AP?
-3.
All right, it goes right through her armor. How many wounds per attack?
2 damage each.
The doctor is dead. And that's sad. That's sad. I'm unhappy about that. I'm unhappy about that. The dog. How many wounds on the dog, 2?
2 wounds on the dog.
The dog gets no armor save. How many wounds are those?
They're 2 each.
2 each. So he needs to make 4 5-up feel no pains. He makes 1. He takes 3 wounds. He's dead.
Oh, yeah.
Could you fish him out of there with skinny fingers?
So now I've got +2 attacks on my brute board.
That lasts for the rest of the game?
Yes.
Furthermore, you've killed my doctor and my dog, and that was super not cool.
Until the end of the battle. He gets +2 attacks.
No, because he has a fights first in the fights first phase.
Yeah.
He can fight first, but he's got 1 wound left.
And I'm bracketed, even with my Hive Fleet Lurk ability.
So what does a bracket do for you?
So for me, it takes me down to, I'll hit you on 5s, still 12 attacks at strength 9. I'm going to kill her. I'm going to kill UR25 and Pius 4.
Really?
Yeah, we're going 6 attacks on each of them, and we're going to tie up Captain Wellenberg. He's got 1 more chance to be a hero, but then that's it.
He's gonna be a hero.
Here's on UR25. I hit you a lot of times. I hit you 5 times.
Toughness 5.
I'm strength 9. There's 4 wounds at -3 for 2 damage each.
6s. Takes 4 wounds. What you got her? Do you have 5 wounds there? Or has just 4 wounds? He just barely dies. That made me sad.
Crunch, crunch.
All right, you got 6 more dice on board.
Against Pius Vorn, who deserves to die
She is-
for her zealotry.
You haven't hit half
I
as
hit her
much.
once. I hit her 1 time.
Toughness 3.
I wound her on a 2. And that's at -3 for 2.
She has an invulnerable save.
I hope so.
Come on, Pius Vorn. She dies.
Solid.
So I was confident for a minute. But here we are. Now it's my turn to fight, and the only guy I got in the fight is the captain.
Yeah. Better kill that Trigon.
The captain is going to put everything on the Trigon. The Court Blade will get 2 swings. The captain is a duelist. He'll reroll the hits. On the Trigon, I want 4s because I'm -1 to hit. So the captain's managed to hit every time. Now the white dice will wound on 5s. The black dice will wound on 6s. So there's 1 wound at -2.
-2 is going to be a 5.
God damn it. All right, so.
Captain Wellenberg. You're
Yeah.
doing. I want him to live.
So do I. What sucks is I'd love to keep him in close combat so I can get my pistol shots into the Trigon. But I'm also in with the Broodlord. And so if I want to shoot at the Broodlord, I gotta back Wellenberg out.
Smite the Broodlord.
But it's at best it's going to do 6
yeah,
wounds, and
that's
he's
true.
got 7. At the very best, it does 6 wounds. I want to smite the Broodlord and shoot him with the big gun. And then maybe the Space Monkey can finish off the Trigon, and then I just got these Griblies over here to deal with. It's a big gamble. This Broodlord's got 7 wounds left. Yeah. So it is my turn now. My force has been reduced to 4 models. I had 16 models. Now I have 4. Lars the Space Monkey is not going to move.
I had 10 models, and then I had 3 models, and now I have 5 models.
Locarno is also not going to move. He's going to face his. We're either going to kill this thing or we're going to die. It's time for the Exile to produce.
Come on, Tyranids.
And the saddest part
scarier.
is although the captain could fire 6 shots into this Gribbly in close combat, if I don't move him, I won't be able to put any shots into the Broodlord. So the captain has to strategically back out.
He must run.
He has to back up. Not far, and it's sad, but he had to. Now, the Psychic Phase. I need Epsilon Locarno to produce right now. -1 to my smite. It doesn't go off because the -1 makes it a 4 and not a 5. So, the Exile needs to produce.
I don't think you should ever play Custodes.
Say something about this. You're the only person that knows. You see this.
So
I have 2 different Vindicare Assassins.
my friend, champion of his Space Marine chapter, enlists the help of dirty inquisitorial agents. And particularly the Vindicare Assassin cannot hit. It is a statistical anomaly. Despite the model or the game or the setting or how high the stakes are, he just can't get the job done.
That's literally it. I know I have nothing left for the Broodlord. I'm amazed at that. All right. Lars the Space Monkey is going to adjust his gun. He's going to reroll the wound. He's shooting at the Trigon. He needs a 4. He hits. He wounds on a 3. He wounds at -3 for 3 damage.
On the Broodlord?
The Trigon.
On the Trigon. At -3 is going to be a 6.
Trigon finally dies. Does it blow up?
I hope it blows up.
It does not blow up. That thing was ridiculous. Now I'm in the charge phase. This is the last ditch now. I got to try to save the captain. Because what's going to happen in your turn now is the Broodlord's just going to walk forward, charge these 2 models, and I'll be left with just the monkey and the blind assassin.
And the blind assassin.
Who can't hit anything. So, I just want to tie this guy up for a turn. Just a turn.
Here goes Epson Locarno by himself.
Locarno
He says, I'll save you, Captain.
is in, but no, not by himself.
Not by himself?
Lars the Space Monkey doesn't make it. Not on a 4.
Not 4 down the hill, no.
Maybe the assassin. Maybe. Boxcars. Not on an 8. That's not going to do it. Fuck. So.
Epson Locarno by himself.
Locarno by himself.
Ran in there. He said, I'll save you, Captain.
I don't want him to. I don't think he's going to do any damage. I just want him to live. Locarno has 2 attacks with his Force Orb Cane. He is going to hit you on 5s. He's hit once.
On toughness 5.
He's going to wound you with his Force Orb Cane on 5s. No wound.
No
Now,
wound.
Locarno has a 4 invulnerable save. That's what he's got going for him. Let's say you fuck up some dice rolls and me do well.
8 dice.
8 dice.
That are going to hit you on 2s. Because I'm a Broodlord. Oh,
You've missed twice.
3s. That's going to be 5.
5 have gone.
-3. So 2 damage each.
He dies. He dies. If I had a command point, I could re-roll just the one of them. And he would still die.
And he would still die.
So now it is the Tyranid's turn. They can spawn more Gene Stealers.
We're gonna.
I have 3 models left.
It is my command phase. I'm gonna spawn some more Gene Stealers.
2 more.
2 more Gene Stealers. 2 more scary Gene Stealers.
So all of a sudden, this squad is formidable again.
They're like, what's going on, man?
You're with me that if this guy manages to hit his shots, I've won this game already, right?
Yeah, because I've got, what, 5 Gene Stealers?
Yes, and I would have been walking towards you. Guns blazing.
All right.
Like, I've only gotten 1 objective out of 6 so far. So, these might have moved. He has not moved. And you're telling me you're choosing not to smite. Because smiting is beneath this monster.
Smiting is beneath this monster right
So
now.
who is he going to
He
charge?
wants to eat you. He wants to eat you.
Is he charging just the captain?
He's going to eat the captain.
On a 5, he is in. And he fights first with his 8 attacks.
So I killed Epster and Lucrano, so I get 9 attacks.
9 attacks now. Oh no.
But that's the max. That's it.
You never get more than 9 attacks.
So I'm going to remember my wound roll and that my 6s do extra AP this turn.
Oh.
6.
It's going to be my invulnerable save anyway.
Well, but here we go. Ready? 2s. And then I want to wound you. Strength 5, toughness 3 is going to be 3s. These are at -5.
That's absurd.
Isn't it?
You're not fighting Terminators over here.
And then these are at -3.
All right, Captain. So these are all my 5-up invulnerable saves.
Which is absurd.
Don't you know that the Captain's supposed to be your hero today? The Broodlord is not the hero today. The Captain is the hero today.
He's not being a hero. He's being yucky.
That's why I'm about to roll 8 5s and 6s right now.
5s.
He does well.
Oh, he did really well.
It's not going to save him, though.
4, 6.
Because he has 4 wounds. So even if I could re-roll 1, he would still die on those. The Captain. I was so happy to have him on the table. But that's it. And now we are in my turn. And it's fucked. So, I have no psychic phase anymore. I'm not moving. Come on, man. The assassin. Into the Broodlord.
Shoot him.
How?
What is it?
I don't understand. I don't understand. I want to go back through our channel history and watch everything every time I feel the Vindicare Assassin and find out like my actual stats of success or failure, because it's every time. It's every time.
And he's supposed to hit on a 2.
He hits on a 2, he wounds on a 2. All he's got to do is not roll 1, and it's every time.
It's absurd. Twice this game.
That was 3 or 4 times this game.
Every time this game?
Every time he shot, except for the first turn he killed a Gene Stealer. Every time he shot Suns.
He did kill a Gene Stealer.
And I believe we're on like turn 5 now.
Yeah, it's...
Lars is going to augment his gun. It re-rolls the wounds. He hits the Broodlord on a 4. He hits. He wounds the Broodlord on a 3, and he can re-roll that wound. He doesn't. So the movement phase has happened. The Broodlord, who has no respect for this assassin.
So disappointed in
No
that
respect at all. I want to love him so much. I built him out of love. I painted him out of love.
He looks badass.
You don't look badass when you roll 1s every turn. That doesn't look badass at all. The Gene Stealers have re-emerged after their earlier getting shot down to just 1 model. Now they're back to 5. And it looks like Gene Stealers versus Space Monkey. And that's gross too. Anyway.
And that's gross too.
Are you going to cast Onslaught?
I'm going to cast Onslaught on a 6. And it goes off.
All right. You have no shooting now. You're going to charge?
Yeah. I'm going to charge your Vindicare Assassin. And I'm in.
All
and
right.
I'm going to charge your Space Monkey.
9 probably does it.
9.
And now, who you want to start with?
I'm going to start with the Broodlord.
The Broodlord against... This assassin has had like 4 opportunities to murder this Broodlord. If anybody in the game was cut out to murder this Broodlord, it's him. And yet, here we are, the Broodlord looking down at him. Looking down at him like a big brother him. And then tear him open and eat him. 9 attacks. 2s. Missed once. 3s. 4-up invulnerable saves. Force. 2, 4, 6, that's him.
Cool.
And then finally, the Space Monkey stands alone. And don't you feel bad about this? You should feel awful about this.
No, we're going to eat.
He's going to be hairy. He's going to get stuck in your teeth.
We're here to consume biomass. I don't care if you're a monkey or a... You had your opportunity, by the way, to be the Imperial Exterminatus.
I had every opportunity, and I blame that assassin. I really do. He's 90 points. He's the heaviest hitter on the list. I can't believe My luck with Vindicare Assassins. All right, here we go.
The 3 bugs that got in. Hit you on 3s. Wow, lots of hits.
Toughness 3.
I'm strength 4. Those are going to be -3.
5 up invulnerable saves. Oh wow. He's still dead though. Because they're 2 damage each, right?
They are 1 damage each.
Ooh. He's got 1 wound left.
No way.
However, just because Lars the Space Monkey has 1 wound left, doesn't mean we need to finish.
Does not mean that the Imperium has won.
Yeah, we can do this. Lars hits on 6s. He misses. And so in your next turn, Lars gets slowly devoured. And the space station where they build the MacGuffin oil will continue to be empty. And they will send another crew of people to find out what happened here. And those people will also probably be eaten by Tyranids. Your Tyranids are fucking great. That was great.
Yeah.
That was fucking awesome.
Do they feel scary?
They're totally scary. I couldn't believe how good the Trigon was. Just lights out. Like for 190 points, he should be. But that thing, you should throw him in a squad of Terminators. Yeah. Just ripping things
I'm
apart.
throwing him in whatever I come across.
When your Jinx Killers failed to get in, and I just lit them up, and I was like, oh, I got this. And no, I didn't. And then the story of my day is Assassins just, what? Dude, what is happening there? What God hates me? I don't understand.
It's because the Assassins are dirty. You deserve it.
I hate that my captain
Nobody
died.
fields kidnapped children soldiers.
That's what Warhammer is. Also, you're an American. What are you talking about? Anyway, there were 6 objectives on the field. I raised 1. 5 I didn't even get close to. Look at all this play space that never got used because I couldn't get off the hill. Anyway, that was super fun. I love war games. Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.